is Bella Kitty and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I have been gone for a while. I don't know, I guess I just wanted to enjoy the end of 2020. I don't know, I just had so much, nothing to have so much going on. I have something that I'm working on. I'll share it soon, very soon. I will share it. I just kind of got caught up in that. Not that YouTube took a back burner, it's just I needed to focus like my attention, for the last part of the year. But I'm back and I will be giving you weekly updates on what's going on here in Merida, my life, my move, as I come up on my 1-year anniversary here. As well as going through my residency project, this special project I'm working on, as well as, just anything I can think of to share what's going on, this experience going forward with you. I also toyed with the idea of, doing consultations with people. I'm not a consultation kind of girl. Like, I just don't like the rigidity of it. So I will say that if you want to reach out to me, and the reason why I don't do consultations is because I have so much other things going on right now. I don't want to overpromise to anybody. I want to be fair across the board, fair to myself as well as being fair to other people. But I am thinking about maybe doing a once a week maybe webcast where people can ask me questions and just kind of get updates on things that are going on. I think that may be something that I might do because I know a lot of people have questions and they're looking for answers. You want to talk to somebody who is there, somebody who's going through it, someone who's experiencing it, and it is better if you can have someone to talk to, right? Over the Christmas break, I had an amazing holiday break. I hope you all did too. My daughter's dad, my co-parent, came into town, and so we hosted him for 2 weeks and really, I think, answered a lot of his questions because he was here and able to see what we were doing. She had a week of homeschool while he was here, so able to see her in her homeschool flow, how things worked out, meet some of my friends, meet some of her friends, see how we do things like grocery shop and get around. I think it answered a lot of questions for him. So I do see the benefit of, having a more personal contact when you're going someplace. Now, I didn't have that when I came here, and I'll be honest, I'm just fine, right? But I'll make a friend on the side of the road, honey. That's just who I am. I'm gonna make a friend of a friend. So I do want to help people kind of bridge that gap, which is what brings me to Facebook groups, okay? I think that a lot of people go into Facebook groups. I am in probably almost every Facebook group they have here in Merida for anything that is of a remote interest to me. Whether it's the Kids Club, the Kids Hub, the Melanated Homeschoolers, Brothers and Sisters of Merida, Expats in Mexico, Black Expats in Mexico, Expats of Merida, Digital Nomads of Merida, Digital Nomads of the Yucatan, the Melanated Playground. It's just so many Facebook groups that are here in Merida, right? And a lot of times we think, okay, we'll join a Facebook group and we'll find a Facebook group that links closest to our beliefs, values, cultures, expectations in that new place. And we'll go into that group and it'll just be rapid fire. You want to know everything. How do I do this? And where do you do that? And where do I get this? And how do I go do that? Because it's you want to collect all the data you can before you get there, right? Especially if you're moving with your kids, you're okay, parents, we go into plan mode. We want to have everything as close to perfect as we can for our babies, right? And you want to get all these answers without realizing that in that group, these questions have probably been asked a bajillion times. Okay, I don't know about a bajillion, but they have been asked, right? And so then you'll get the admin or a moderator will come on and say, use the search bar, use the search bar, use the search bar, right? Which is true. Use the search bar, right? Because I will say this, you will get an answer, right? But you'll get 1,000 different perspectives, right? Here in Merida, this is home for now. I have decided we're going to settle here. We love it here. It is January 5th, maybe 4th or 5th. I don't know. Don't lie. Don't give me the line. I don't know what the date is, but the high today was 91 degrees, honey. I love it, honey. Okay, it is sundress season every day. Okay, it was cold a few weeks ago. It was a little bit cold, okay, a few weeks ago. And I had to put on real clothes, child, and like socks. It was cold, okay? It was cold. But, you know, this is home for us now. However, there are other people who come and they're like, I hate it here. It's expensive, it feels country, it's slow, it's for like retirees and old people, it's, you know, people don't want to meet up, people don't want to hang out, people are rude, people are bossy. And I'm just like, okay, that's your experience. Hopefully I'm not the person that gives them that vibe, but you know, you live here now, you know, it's like when I moved from LA to Dallas, like I found Facebook groups and I built friends and relationships from there. I'm not saying Facebook groups can't work for you. I'm just saying using a search bar is a way to gather multiple different perspectives before asking the broader question. Also in Facebook groups, you'll have to understand that some people have been in those groups for a very long time, 3+ years possibly, right? And they have, not say an outdated view, but they have their view rooted in when they showed up, right? And their beliefs, right? Because we all have our different belief systems. And they will say, oh, when I moved here, we did X, Y, and Z, when it's completely different now. It's a completely different process now. You know, they'll say, oh, you can't pay your bill XYZ kind of way when you can now. But because when they moved here, they were able to pay it this way. They stuck to that system. It worked for them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then they will tell you that you can't, when in reality you can. Not that their information is wrong, it just may be beneficial to them and outdated. Also, in Facebook group, there are group rules, okay? There are group rules. And I know a lot of people don't like that there are rules because we would like to go in this group. This group says, we'll say Black women between 30 and 40 of Merida, right? So they feel like I'm a Black woman between 30 and 40 and I am in Merida. So I should be able to go into this group and the world should be mine, right? Whatever I ask, whatever I recommend, whatever I suggest, it should fly. Okay, well, there are group rules, right? Because if not, every Black woman in Merida does not seek the same thing, does not have the same family makeup, does not have the same belief system, does not have the same culture. There's so many variations. That's why group rules are in place, right? They're in place to kind of keep some kind of order. So it's not just crazy, you know, like it's like when the teacher steps out of the classroom and students just start doing their own thing. They don't do whatever they want to do, child. Like, that's why rules are in place. I'm not here to preach Facebook group etiquette, right? My biggest point that I want to say for Facebook groups will help you build a community, but it won't make your community for you, okay? If you get to Merida and you feel like I'm looking for people that I can connect with, you will have to do the work and make those connections. Okay, you will have to do those works. You will have to show up at those park functions. You just show up. You don't know nobody. Just show up. You have to show up. You're gonna have to introduce yourself. If you are introverted or maybe a little asocial, you will have to do a little work to meet those people. Now, if you ever bump into me, I am a big extrovert. probably talk to you just naturally. That's just that's just me. If I see you in Walmart, I'm gonna wave. Honey, I'm gonna wave. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? Good morning. You know, that's what I'm gonna do, right? But if you don't go out to places where you're gonna meet people, if you're in those Facebook groups and they say possibly have meetups on Fridays, they meet at maybe the library or they meet at Hennessy's or something, and you never show up, don't say, oh, it ain't nobody here, it's sleepy. Well, sleepy because you stay in your house the whole time. You never went out, you never searched the groups, you never figured out where things were going on, you didn't go out to the karaoke, you didn't go out anywhere. I mean, my local friends I met out and about, just, you know, the gym, Cantina Ballum, the mall, you know. that's how you'll meet people, just by going out. The Facebook group will not automatically give you a friend. In the Facebook group, they're not gonna say, tag Bella Kitty, come to this place on Tuesday at 8 p.m. for dinner. That's not gonna happen. Somebody might post, hey, going out today for brunch, anybody wanna join? If you're free during that time and you're trying to meet people, the best thing you can do is quickly scroll through that person's page, make sure you know they don't have nothing crazy on it, and then be like, yeah, girl, I'll join you, or guy, whoever, yeah, I'll join you for lunch today. What time are you thinking? You know, I could be there by 1 if that's okay, you know, and then go from there and build those relationships. Every relationship is not gonna work, okay? It's just life. Every relationship is not gonna work. You're also gonna have different friend groups. I have different friend groups, okay, because of different interests that I have. And it's okay to understand that, right? And I know when you get to a new place, you want to find a tribe as quick as you can. Okay, there's 2 things that could happen here, right? 3 things that could happen here, okay? The first thing is you could fall into a group and you feel stuck with them just because you met them and you want to maintain a relationship and you don't want to feel alone, right? And then you're like, I really don't like these people. They get on my nerves, right? But because you feel this sense of loyalty, because they kind of took you in when you first got here and they showed you things, so you're gonna stick with this group just out of some type of blind loyalty. And that can make your expat experience miserable as well, right? The second thing that can happen is when you get here and you kind of shy away from things, you won't make a tribe at all. And so that will sour your expat experience, because you'll feel like nobody is thinking of you, nobody is reaching out to you, and you're just stuck in your house or apartment and you're lonely. The third thing that can happen is you get here and you try your hand at everything, at different places, at different activities, and you make a broader community for yourself, okay? Those are the things that could work out, right? Facebook is not gonna do that for you. There are tons of WhatsApp groups. They're not gonna do that for you. They're gonna be a catalyst to your success as an expat, because yes, you can ask questions. Yes, you can search those groups. Yes, there's always something going on. But if you don't take it upon yourself to make things happen and also be flexible with others, you're not gonna have a good experience. I mean, it is what it is. That you're just not gonna have a good experience. And you're gonna say, oh, you know, y'all are so controlling, or Facebook groups are miserable, or, you know, it's other people, it's not you, not being accountable for what you're contributing to the group, okay? And the other thing that I'll say is a lot of people come to Merida and they want to live Merida through someone else's lens, right? What they see on YouTube. So I call Concal, Cholula, I call that area the boonies, right? Because when I came to Merida sight unseen. Well, I've been to Progresso, but I've never been to Merida. And I said, I do not want to live outside of the Periférico. I do not want to live out there, because I watched YouTube videos and they told me that the phone service was terrible. You couldn't get an Uber Didi. You couldn't get Amazon packages. The internet was abysmal. And I thought to myself, I'm not going there. I am not going there. I refused, right? So when I met my realtor, shout out to Cynthia. When I met my realtor, I said, nope, I got to stay inside the peripheral, and this is what I'm looking for, right? And she said, okay. And she showed me houses within what I was looking for. And now that I'm here and I'm in Cholula hanging out, and it's 8 minutes and a 40 peso Uber ride away. I still call it the boonies. I do. I still call it the boonies. But it's not. It's eight minutes from me. We shop at the same stores. Like, yeah, I'm walking distance to the store and they're a driving distance away to the store. But you know, within 10 minutes, no more than 15, that's with traffic. They're at the same spots I'm at. That is not far away. However, when looking through the lens of the YouTuber, it seemed ridiculously away, right? And my friend Miriam said, some people romanticize the move to Mexico. And they think they're just gonna get here and it's like, life is gonna be great and they're not gonna have any problems. This is a real place, y'all. We still on Earth. Like, you didn't go to Mars. Like, you don't just, all of a sudden they stamp your passport and things just instantly go away for you. That's not how life works, okay? Like, I'm not here to preach today or anything, but you're gonna have ups and downs. You're gonna have issues. You're gonna have, trials. You're gonna have to rebuild your community. You're gonna have to figure out how things work. Some things are only pesos. Some things are, you can only pay between certain times, certain ways. You just have to learn a new community. And it's kind of like you have to kind of humble yourself and you have to take a deep breath and make it happen. Because if you try to live it based on my terms and how things worked out for me, I will be honest, I had a very smooth, okay, transition here. I met my amazing realtor. I got my house, great neighborhood. It worked out easily for me. I again felt like I was called here, but that's my own journey, my own story. I knew for some reason I needed to be here, so things worked out for me. They may not work out for you just at that time, right? And it's not to say I haven't had any issues. My hot water went out, hot water went out, and because the hot water heater was damaged, it was draining my gas. Okay, so the hot water heater runs by gas, and so the hot water heater was burning at a rapid rate to keep the water cold because so much water was going into the hot water heater and it was draining out, and so it was burning the gas out, right? So not only did I have a doubled gas expense, or maybe tripled, because the guy came back, I was like, I just brought you gas, why am I bringing you gas again? But because my Spanish wasn't so strong at that point, I couldn't communicate with him that well. And then finally I realized when the hot water heater just said kaplunk, that's when at the end of it I realized, oh snap, the hot water heater broke and that's what was draining my gas, right? So yeah, you will have issues. I mean, I talk about my high electric bill that I got, right? Things like that, right? You will have to go through those experiences. I don't know if you noticed, but I had the same issues, similar issues in Dallas, right? I moved to Dallas with sight unseen on my apartment because things just kind of got crazy. I was in a car accident before I had to report to work. My daughter was finishing school. Like, I had so many things going on, so I just signed for an apartment online, okay? Don't recommend doing that, right? I signed for an apartment and said it was a luxury apartment. And looked online, it was beautiful. I had been in that area, seen other apartments, and they were beautiful, right? So I figured, okay, well, this spot is available when I need to be available. It's a great price point. It boasted tennis courts and basketball courts and 5 luxury swimming pools and fitness center, and it had all those things. However, I had popcorn ceilings in my apartment, right? That's not luxury, y'all. And then I had granite counter, but it was faux granite, right? My floors were beautiful, but y'all scammed me, right? So things can happen like that. You know, the whole grid went out when it had Snowmageddon year before last or last year. I can't remember now. It's 2023, y'all. You know, things like that happened and we weren't prepared, but guess what you do? You adapt and you carry on. So what I'm saying ultimately, in Facebook groups, okay, use the search bar, all right? And don't expect a group to build your community, your tribe for you. You'll have to do that yourself, all right? So if there's something you're interested in and you're in any of these groups, ask the question, hey, I'm into kite surfing. Anybody want to kite surf this weekend? Instead of saying, where can I go kite surfing? Maybe open it up to inviting somebody and building a relationship organically through the things that you enjoy. Not with the expectation that it's going to come to you, but putting in the work to build it for yourself. Okay? And group rules exist to keep things from going crazy, going insane. That's why group rules exist. And you know, be flexible, be kind, give yourself some grace, give others some grace. We live here now, you know. It's like when I lived in LA, I lived in Hollywood, everybody wanted to come do Walk the Stars and see Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and I did that all the time with everybody. Went to the Griffith Observatory and see the Hollywood sign. I did that with every single person that came, right? I was over it, right? Because I lived there, right? The first time I went and did it, I was like, yay. And then after a while, I'm like, why do I want to go hang around the tourists? They're annoying. But I lived there and people came there. So you have to give us some grace because we live here. This is our normal life now. So maybe where you're at and the things you're trying to accomplish, some people may find it annoying, but there are other people who love to go to the same places over and over. Reach out in a group and see if there's somebody who wants to go, okay? If you ever see me, please say hi. I promise I don't bite or anything weird like that. But just, you know, say hi. I'll say hi back. Don't feel weird because you see me on YouTube. Or if you see me in Facebook groups, just say hey or whatnot. You can message me. I try to check my spam mail. I'm the worst about Facebook messages, Instagram messages. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying. I like to make the videos. It's just I'm still living my life, y'all. I love it. I'm living my life and raising a whole person and a dog mom, and so much is going on. But in 2023, we're gonna get better. We're gonna work on building a stronger community. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Facebook is definitely a resource. Those groups are amazing, okay? Especially if you're gonna homeschool, those groups are amazing, okay? So, you know, really reach out, you know, try to connect, keep an open mind, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.